iFISHIGAN is brought to you by Strike King. Additional production assistance is provided by Labatt, Liquid Mayhem, Michigan Department of Natural Resources Fisheries Division, Nitro Boats, Bubba Blade Knives, Fish Monkey Performance Fishing Gloves, Blues Rods and Reels, Ego Nets, Mission Point Resort, Michigan Wheel, Universal Power Gear, and Green Mountain Grills. This is Will Schultz. He's our musky guy. He is an amazing musky fisherman. Right now we're in mid-Michigan on a well-known lake. Well-known to us. We're not going to tell you where we're at. It's kind of one of Will's favorite places. But we're here to try to catch a giant. Are these northern strain or Great Lakes?
This lake has a mix of both, northern strain and Great Lakes. So the Great Lakes fish that are in here are about 7 years old now. So they're up to mid 40-inch range. The northern strain are up to 52, 53 inches.
Wow. What are we going to be fishing with, Willie?
We are going to be fishing with a mix of stuff today. Early in the day, we're going to start off with some topwater bucktails as the fish move off the weeds and get a little bit deeper. Going to some jerk baits, and then maybe some big rubber stuff. We'll see how the day progresses.
So we're going to chunk and wind.
Yep.
Going to cover some water.
Cover some water. Yep.
Willie, let's go catch a big one.
Let's go catch a giant.
All right.
Get back. There you go. Got him. Nice job.
Nice. Fish come
Figure
out
eight.
of nowhere. I didn't see it. Showed up at the boat. I did figure eight 5 or 6 times. Coming at you, Willie. Next chance I get. Coming at you.
There it is.
Nice. That's a first cast with that bait you gave me, Will. First cast. And there he was.
That was great.
Awesome. That's
Perfect.
a beautiful fish.
So all these fish of this strain have a pit tag in them.
Huh.
And so we're going to scan this fish's pit
A
tag.
pit tag?
Yep.
What's it
Passive.
do? What's it for?
It's a passive integrated transponder. It's about the size of a grain of rice. And it's got a code on it. And so they know every single one of these fish. And so by scanning this fish, we'll be able to pull that number.
Cool.
Give it to the DNR. They'll know exactly how old this fish was and be able to get growth rate from the length and everything.
That's cool, man. They're so special. Is that a Great Lake strain, you think? You can tell by the markings?
100%. There it is.
Thought he was gone, figure eight 2 or 3 times, and boom, he showed back up, and he just swam up behind it and chomped it. Good job,
Awesome.
Willie. Thank you. Great job. Beautiful fish. No worse for the wear. Water's not hot. There's one 3 times that size in here, isn't there?
Awesome. That's the way to start the day. So it was 25-ish years ago. They started working towards changing over from this northern strain that we've had for years that provided a lot of limitations on where they could be stocked to a Great Lakes strain that's really the strain that we should be stocking in most waters. So something like this that's connected to Lake Michigan should have this Great Lakes strain in it and not this northern strain. And so they worked for years trying to figure out a way to capture them. They tried netting in Lake St. Clair, and that was very unsuccessful. And so then they started working on the Detroit River, and running the normal type nets that they would run in the river were pretty much impossible. So then they started to try to use their survey electrofishing boats. And they were able to get some fish. They did some testing in the first year, got enough fish where it would work to take eggs. And they also x-rayed the fish to make sure they weren't doing any damage to them through the electrofishing. The next morning, Wolf Lake Hatchery comes down, they spawn the fish, and those eggs all go back to Wolf Lake.
Cool.
They're indoors then through their hatch and growth through spring fingerling from the end of May up until about July. July they go out to ponds, and so they've seeded these ponds with fatheads, so when the muskies get out there, they've got plenty to eat. And then they continue to grow through October, and then they get stocked out in late October, early November at about a 9-inch fish.
Oh no! This portion of iFISHIGAN is brought to you by Gamma Fishing Lines. Oh no!
That was a big fish there, wasn't it, Willie? That was a big silvery Great Lakes muskellunge. He hit at the boat, no warning, came from underneath the boat and had it for just 3-4 seconds. There's one. And then there's one. There's one. Right at the boat again. Nice fish. Nice fish. Coming at you.
Silver bullets.
Oh, got him. Nice. Man, I was figure eighting forever and ever. Just remember the one that just creamed me and got off. Oh no. That was a big fish there.
So all these Great Lakes strain are pit tagged before they're stocked. So we're gonna scan this fish to get its pit tag number, give it back to the DNR, and then they can tell what year it was stocked, get the age off the fish, and get the growth rate off the fish.
Michigan. Beauty. Came out of nowhere, figure eighted it, ate it just like Will said, most do. Here anyway. Good job, Willie.
Yeah. You did all the work.
On a bait that you fixed last night.
Yeah,
just
I
for
had to
this.
repair it last night.
Both fish have came on it. And the one bigger, twice as big as that I just lost, ate it too. The musky baits have always fascinated me, and I know there's a means to the madness for choosing certain types of bait for certain types of year. Can you walk us through, a basic approach for the certain types of baits that we choose throughout the year, Will?
Yeah, it's all about fish location. So once you've identified location, then it's just a matter of depth and speed control. So it's springtime, you're usually starting colder water, a little slower baits, baits that tend to do more of a side-to-side action, like a gliding jerkbait like this one. And then throughout as the season progresses, water starts to warm a little bit, then they're looking for more erratic actions that you get out of either a crankbait or a diving type jerkbait that's doing a lot more vertical movement in the water. The gliding type jerkbait works great over a shallow weed situation, 6 to 8 feet where the weeds are coming up part way. Then when you want to run into them as the season progresses, you start dealing with crankbaits and diving type jerkbaits. Mm-hmm. As we move on throughout the summer, everything gets bigger. Mm-hmm. So we start, though there's nothing small ever in musky lures, even a springtime bait is big. The summer stuff starts to get real big, whether it's a crankbait or rubber, or even the really big rubber.
That's cool.
And then kind of once as you hit this summer kind of stuff, mm-hmm. It really doesn't change much throughout the rest of the year. You're on big baits, they stay that way. Then it's just a matter of depth and speed. Are the fish shallow? Are they deep? Are they in between? And locating the fish.
Cool. And this is a topwater.
Yep.
It's a plopper, it floats, and when you reel it, it goes around. It's like a body buzz bait.
Yep. And surprisingly, this type and the type that are a walk the dog type bait, they will work from ice out to ice out. They work all year long, surprisingly.
Will doesn't know this, but I've been putting this on every now and then. I put it on first thing in the morning and just before I caught that first fish. It's Liquid Mayhem. Garlic crawfish, my favorite of all that they make. I'll tell them after we get done fishing. Liquid Mayhem. It's the real deal.
This portion of iFISHIGAN is brought to you by D&R Sports Center. Green Mountain Grills are the official grill of iFISHIGAN. This is the Davy Crockett, the tailgater. It's a tailgater. It's truly remote. You can run it off your 12-volt battery. Here's the adapter. Or you can plug it into your cigarette lighter. It's pretty cool. We got electricity here, so it's plugged into a wall socket with the adapter. All you do to turn it on, hit the power button, and you can hear it. This is the pellet hopper. And you can see it's almost full. It's an auger system. It's electric. The auger system feeds the wood pellets into a firebox where there's an igniter. The igniter ignites the wood pellets that are fed continually into the firebox. There's a fan system. When it gets to a certain temperature, the fan kicks on. It distributes air evenly throughout the inside of the grill. It monitors itself 10 times per second. So no matter what temperature you put it on, it's going to stay there. You can see there's what's called a smoke tube. And it has wood pellets inside. You light those with a torch or with a lighter. If you want more smoke, set it back inside. Green Mountain Grill's Sizzle Dry Rub. Already got the kebabs in there. Sliding on. And there you have it. Out of the Davy Crockett tailgater. Some delicious kebabs and amazing salmon. Green Mountain Grills, wood pellet grills, Davy Crockett tailgater. Remember that. This is cooked to perfection, a little bit pink in the middle, and it'll taste better than it looks. Man, I love my job. That's why Green Mountain Grills is the official grill of iFISHIGAN. It's a beautiful night.
It's perfect. It's go time right now.
Good time for everyone to make a mistake. There's one. I got my line out.
Gosh, I hope you got that.
This portion of iFISHIGAN is brought to you by We See Law. Everybody, this is John Hesse. He's the director of the Dr. Bill Earl Youth Fishing Program. And we have a youth fishing event going on right now, and it's a little bit different than most. The kids have more to do than just catch fish.
Dr. Earl was one of our members, and he was just an individual that loved to work with kids and teach them anything about the outdoors. And everywhere he went, he liked to interact with kids and teach them about doing things in the outdoors. And he unfortunately had a stroke and passed away in 2010, and we wanted to do something in his honor.
This is Mark Stevens, old friend of mine. Back in the day when, when we used to do stuff with kids. We've been doing this a while, and we believe in it. Remember the first person that taught you how to fish. It's the same for kids today. Nothing's changed with this, like a lot of things have changed with kids, but this is spot on, 100% genuine, just like it used to be. John, introduce everybody.
Yes.
Would you?
Yeah, on my left here is Tom Olson. He's director of the Clinton County Parks program, and so is our host for the evening here at Moats Park.
Thank you, Tom.
And down at the other end is Willis Bennett. He's retired director of the Ingham County Parks program, and he's been a volunteer with us ever since. Well, he was when he was working, and he's still doing it as a retiree. I don't think we've lost hardly any volunteers. They come back every year.
That's the magic, man.
And
It is magic. It's
Yeah,
magic.
it is. It is. How do kids find out about the program?
We publicize primarily just through teachers that Mark and some of our other partners work with. We don't really put any press releases out or flyers. It just happens.
And we have such great partners that are financial supporters that they're able to help us purchase all this equipment. So when the kids come, they get a really nice rod and reel, not just the real cheap
junk.
rig. It's a very nice rod and reel and a nice tackle box that's fully supplied with everything they need
That's exciting.
for getting out and fishing our local lakes and rivers.
And the kids here are doing a lot more than just fishing and catching fish. What do they do besides that?
Well, at about 7 o'clock, we'll invite them to come up from the lake, and they'll bring the fish that they've caught during the evening, and we will offer them an opportunity to learn how to fillet those fish and get them ready to eat. And I will do a little fish science lesson with them at the beginning, and then we just fillet, and we give any of them an opportunity to try it themselves, anyone that wants to. And Willis will be overcooking the fish that the kids catch, and everybody gets to eat fresh
cooking.
bluegill, and they find out how wonderful fresh fish is to eat.
That's right.
And they learn they like fish.
Heck yeah, man. It's all here at Mott's Park with Dr. Bill Earl Youth Fishing Program, directed by John Hesse, and a whole bunch of great help. We love fishing! There's one. Shit. I got my line out.
Gosh, I hope you got that. That was like 3 feet out of the water. It's crazy. I will come back. You want to get the net? All tired out.
Nice, Will.
Cool.
Here. He's not happy. It's pretty. Look at that. Uh-huh.
Slide it up here.
Got it?
Yep.
Good job.
Stay. Stay. Got it.
So what'd you just do?
So we scanned pit tag in it. They've all got all the Great Lakes muskie have a pit tag in it. So we scan it and we'll give that to the DNR. It's about
what is
pit
a
tag's
pit?
about the size of a grain of rice
And why do they put them in
with
the
a
fish?
coated wire. So they know how old it is, and then eventually when they start spawning the fish here, they will pair them up, and so you won't ever pair the same male and female together.
I got you. So you minimize the inbreeding.
Yep,
kind of
exactly.
thing. It's a pretty fish, man. Fish have 10,000 casts with Will Schultz.
Felt like it.
It's been a long haul, a long day. We caught 3.
Yeah, it's good.
We may
Can't
have
beat
enough
that.
light to catch another one.
Hopefully,
Big Tina.
gonna chase the giant. Yep,
Yep. We've seen it a couple times. Beautiful fish.
had our chance at the big one
job.
for sure.
Sit.
Ooh. There you go. Yeah.
Well, it's been a pleasure, man.
Yeah, good
I
day.
always
Great
look forward to when I get to musky fish with you. I really appreciate it.
Your muscles love it too, right?
Yep. An old guy like me, it's a challenge, I'll tell you, but the rewards are fantastic. You know, we stuck it out. It was hot as blazes for a while, cooled down nice. You kept changing baits and finally found something that worked. The first bait I had on did real well.
Yeah.
We had a bunch of follows, a bunch of hookups. We didn't catch the giant.
No, didn't get the giant.
We caught 3 beauties.
That's great. Yeah, average size, nice fish. So can't beat that any day.
Will Schultz, one of my favorite people in the world. Thank you, Willie.
Yeah, absolutely. My pleasure.
Thanks for watching, everybody.
iFISHIGAN is brought to you by Strike King. Additional production assistance is provided by Labatt, Liquid Mayhem, Michigan Department of Natural Resources Fisheries Division, Nitro Boats, Bubba Blade Knives, Fish Monkey Performance Fishing Gloves, Lou's Rods and Reels, Ego Nets, Mission Point Resort, Michigan Wheel, Universal Power Group, and Green Mountain Grills.
Gosh, I hope you got that. All tired out.
It's a pretty fish, man. Fish of 10,000 casts with Will Schultz.
Felt like it.